Oh, is that the subscribers? Oh, I did not see you there. Hello. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Princess Melissa, and today we are back with another video. I do all content about lifestyle, beauty, and just how to navigate your life in your 20s. So today's topic is gonna be super exciting. First of all, if you don't know, today is New Year's. Yes, so today is New Year's. Happy New Year's to everybody around the world. To all my beautiful subscribers out there, I want to wish you guys a very happy and prosperous New Year. And since it is the New Year, we're going to start out this New Year right. I'm going to give you guys a couple different tips that I think everybody should use in the new year going forward. So today we're going to get into it. So today we're going to get into 6 changes that we need to make in 2025. I want to start by saying that I am not perfect. I'm human just like you. I'm actually 26. I'll be 27 in 13 days. I do have a January birthday, so woo, that is exciting. But yes, I am only 26, turning 27. I don't know everything. I don't have the answer to everything. But as I learn things, I like to share them with other people. I think knowledge is power. It's something that nobody can ever take away from us. So this year, we are going to be knowledgeable. And again, I'm going to give you guys 6 changes to make in 2025. The number 1 change that you are going to make in 2025 is prioritizing your mental health. I'm a woman. I'm sure a lot of you all are women. And I know it's very hard for us to maneuver if we have many things that we need to take care of. We have husbands, boyfriends, family members, children, pets. We got jobs. We have it all. But it is important in a new year to prioritize your mental health, because out of the mind, everything flows. So if your mind is not right, how are you going to be right? It's impossible to pour from an empty cup. So we want to make sure that we're getting our mind right. Whatever that looks like for you, that is something that you need to implement in the new year. Me personally, I do go to therapy. I go to therapy usually once to twice a month, depending on how crisis mode I'm feeling that month, or in that season of my life. But I do go to therapy. I also go to church. So I think if you are spiritual, or if you're wanting to seek out spiritual guidance, then coming to church or coming to God or Buddha, whoever it is that you believe in, I definitely think that's something that you're going to need to instill. You're definitely going to need to instill some spirituality in your life in order to keep your mind right, in order to keep your mind sane. With your mental health, again, out of the mind, everything flows. That means that every decision that you make, it starts up here. Every decision that you decide to do for yourself, for your family, for your children, it all starts up here in the mind. So essentially, if your mind is not right, then you're not going to be right. You're going to be making poor judgment, poor decisions, poor discernment. And overall, that's just going to lead you to a negative life that you don't want. So definitely prioritize your mental health. That's it. That's all. If you can't do anything else this year, prioritize you and your mental health. The second change that we're making in 2025 is stop comparison. We are no longer going to be comparing ourselves to other people. Let me just tell you guys, it is a waste of time. I'm not human. There have been many times where I felt like somebody was doing better than me. I felt like, oh, this person has more than me. Or sometimes I even feel like, dang, this person has better support than me. Ixnay that right now. Stop comparing yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. And I know that people say that all the time, but it's true. It is very true. If you comparing yourself to the next person, you're just taking away from your own accomplishments. You're taking away from everything that you have worked hard for. You are not the same as somebody else. You might be looking at other people and like, oh, she has a business, oh, her business is successful, but you don't know what that person did to get to the success that you're looking at. You might not know this person had a family member who passed away and they inherited money, and that's how they got their business to start up. Or you never know, this person has a two-parent household where you were adopted by your grandparent. Whatever the case may be, we have to stop comparing ourselves. Everybody has their own lane. God is going to put you in your own space. He's going to put you in your own lane, and you are going to walk your own path to your own purpose. So it's pointless to try to compare your life to somebody else's when, again, they have a different path, a different purpose. They have a whole different set of standards. It's pointless. Don't try to compare yourself. The only competition that you're in is in competition with yourself. How much better can you do this year than last year? How much more knowledge can you gain this year than last year? How much more stylish can you be this year than last year? But don't compare yourself to your friends, your family members, your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your brother. Don't compare yourself to other people, because you need to learn how to walk in your own purpose. You need to see that your life is your life and their life is their life. And they're completely separate. We all have separate experiences. We all have separate lifestyles. So again, comparing yourself, it's not gonna do nothing but make you sick. You're gonna be sick to your stomach trying to keep up with the Joneses, when really the Joneses just has a whole different experience of life than you do. So don't compare yourself this year. Really try hard to just focus on you and what you can bring to the table and what you can establish for yourself in 2025. So this third change is probably my favorite. I think it's because I've just done the most work. I've had the most self-growth in this category specifically. So the third change that you are going to implement in 2025 to become the best version of yourself is going to be to get your finances in order. Get your finances in order. Ladies, gentlemen, if you're watching, get your finances in order. You need to be able to save yourself. You need to be able to help yourself. Get your finances in order. The first thing that you should be doing is having a job. Ladies, we're not sitting around in 2025 jobless. Unless you are sitting on a trust fund or you're looking for work. Have a job, have a way of income, have a source of income. Sell hair, get a 9-to-5, go back to school and get a job. Whatever you gotta do, you need to make sure that you have steady and stable income coming in. Then you want to make sure that you're putting all of your money into a high yield savings account. We are not, in 2025, we are not using standard checking accounts. We're only using high yield saving accounts that can give us interest, and we can build from that interest to bring in essentially free money. If you're wondering about high yield savings accounts and you need more information about it, just comment down below. I'm happy to talk about it in another video. I'm happy to even comment a little bit about it. But we're not using regular savings accounts anymore. We're putting all of our money in high yield savings accounts so that we can use that money to invest. We want to use all that money, let it compound, invest. When it comes to finances, it's not enough to just have steady income. You need to have an emergency fund. You need to have a way where if there's something that happens or something goes left, you are not putting yourself in a hole. It's not bothering you too much. It doesn't flip your life upside down. So you need to make sure that you have a savings account. I recommend having at least $1,000 in a separate savings account than your regular savings account, your HYSA or your higher savings account. I recommend having a separate $1,000 set aside so that if you need to get a filling in your tooth, or you need to get a crown in your tooth, if you bust a tire or you have bald tires, if your kid gets sick and you need to take a week or two off school or off work, whatever the case may be, you are not ruining your finances by swiping a credit card or, you know, swiping your debit card and robbing Peter to pay Paul and robbing Paul to pay Peter. So make sure that you have $1,000 at least in your savings account. And I understand we're not all gonna have $1,000 off back like that. Trust me, it took me forever. It took me quite a while to save up the amount of money I have in my account. And honestly, just start small. Start by putting $50 a paycheck. every paycheck you should automatically be having $50 a paycheck go directly to a separate emergency fund so that you can fund your lifestyle in the event that something goes wrong. We're also gonna stop impulse buying this year. That is a part of getting your finances in order. We don't need to impulse buy anymore. You don't need any more Stanley Cups. You don't need any more high heels. You have at least one pair of high heels in every single color. You don't need to keep buying high heels. You don't need to buy any more designer. If you can't don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't you do it. Don't do it. Stop impulse buying just because, oh, it's my birthday, I want to spend a little extra. If you didn't already save up, you don't need to be spending that money. Stop impulse buying. You have enough clothes, you have enough Stanley Cups, you have enough makeup, you have enough of everything. Stop impulse buying. So the last thing we're gonna do in 2025 to get our finances in order is acquire some assets. We are going to obtain assets. You guys do not understand how many rich people, millionaires, billionaires out there, even $100,000 out there are wealthy because they have assets. They have assets. So while you're out buying shoes, while you're out buying makeup, while you're out spending all your money on God knows what things that you don't need, other people are buying assets to become wealthy. So if you want to help change your circumstances, start by buying assets. Obviously, once you have everything else that I just listed, do those things first. Open your high yield savings account, save $1,000, make sure you have a job, stop impulse buying, and then acquire or obtain some assets. For me personally, I will be buying a property. It is already written in stone. The Lord has already prophesied over my life that I am going to get a property this year. But I don't want it to just be me. I want it to be you too. So I think it's important for you to obtain some assets this year. Obtain whatever asset. For me, it's going to be a property. For you, it could be a property. It could be some land, artwork, gold and silver, a patent, a copyright, some stocks, a pension, furniture. Get you some assets. Obtain some assets. You don't want to be a brokey in 2025. You don't want to be one of those girls where they don't have anything. You have nothing to pass down to your family members. You have nothing to give your children. Have some assets. And the more you acquire assets and the longer you have them, the more they will mature and you'll be able to get equity out of them. So I'm not going to make this whole video about finances, but if you guys are wanting some finance tips, I'm definitely happy to make that video for you. So again, the third change we're going to make is changing our finances in the way that we think about money altogether. The next change that we're going to implement in 2025 is to find a hobby. Ladies, gentlemen, I know you hate to hear it, but you're not going back to school because you want to get more, you want to learn more. You're going back to school because you're bored. You are enrolling in school again because you are bored. You are dating that man that you really don't like because you are bored. You are binge watching Shameless for the 5th time in a row because you are bored. And the reason you're bored is because you don't have any hobbies. You need to invest in some hobbies. So if you're in a space where you can afford to pay for specific hobbies and you can afford to really venture out and find some really cool hobbies, definitely take advantage of that. So in this new year, we definitely want to step out of our comfort zone. We want to try something new. We want to do something new. Part of the human experience is trying new things. So why not start by getting a hobby? Getting a hobby can really help you get to learn yourself more, and it also helps you learn what kind of things that you do and don't like in life. So I have a list of some hobbies here. So obviously some of these are going to cost money. Dance lessons, gardening, crocheting, learning a new language, pottery. Some of those things are going to cost money. However, there's also a bunch of free hobbies that you can do as well. You can walk, run, you can hike, you can draw, you can do photography with your iPhone. You don't need a camera, you can just do photography with your iPhone. You can do yoga using online YouTube tutorials. And my boyfriend and I, we actually watch a lot of yoga tutorials on YouTube. So they're free. Other people have put them out there for you. Why not use those resources? You can also take up reading, and you don't need to go out and spend any extra money at Target, because like I told you, stop impulse buying. You can just go to your local library. The library is a free resource that your government paid taxes pay for. Go and get a library card. Go and get a library card. And libraries, I believe they don't have a limit on how many books you can rent out. And I believe the timeline to rent books is typically anywhere between like 3 weeks to a month. And then if you still like the book and nobody wants it, you can renew the book again. So definitely try to use your local library. Try to find hobbies that are free within your town or locally. You don't need to go out and spend extra money to have a good time. But I do think that it's important for all of us to get hobbies. Me personally, I'm thinking about taking a dance class this year. I'm wanting to continue to learn sign language. So definitely try to go out and get some hobbies for yourself. Do something for yourself that's not connected to your friends, your family, a man, a job. Just something that's fun. I also feel like part of childhood was really fun for us because a lot of our parents kept us in hobbies. A lot of us were on the cheer team, the baseball team. We ice skated, we danced, we sang, we went to the park and collected rocks. Whatever it was in your childhood, typically a lot of our parents had us busy and we had fun with that. But as we got older, we just get so busy. We're moving from left and right and left and right. We don't have time, or we feel like we don't have time to really do something nice for ourselves and get a hobby. So in the new year, try to get at least 1 or 2 hobbies for yourself so that you can again continue to elevate and motivate yourself and elevate your life. So the 5th change that we're going to make this year is we're going to stop neglecting ourselves and we're going to get a self-care routine. Routine is very important. Honestly, I feel like every time I don't have a routine, my life is in shambles. And I'm not gonna lie, lately I've been falling short of my routine. I've been going to sleep without flossing. I haven't been doing my skincare regimen. I've been waking up at different times every day. I've truly been neglecting myself. So it's important for you to get a self-care routine. Go out and maybe take $30 and just go buy a few skincare products so that you can help your skin and your skin can feel rejuvenated. Try to, use exfoliating washes while you're in the shower. Also, do your hair. Keep your hair done. Keep your hair done. We are not letting ourselves go this year. I feel like every time we decide we want to let ourselves go, every time we decide, you know what, I'm not gonna get my hair done, that's the moment when we become depressed. Not having your hair done, not having your nails and toes done, honestly, it can be very depressing because you're not taking care of yourself. So in the new year, make sure that you have some type of self-care regimen. Now that this video is coming to a close, I want to give you guys the final change that I am going to be making in 2025, and I think you should make as well. This is going to be to give yourself some grace. So my best friend actually was just talking to me yesterday about this, and she was telling me that I don't give myself enough grace. I don't give myself enough credit for all of the accomplishments that I've done, but I also don't give myself enough grace for the mistakes that I've made in the past. The thing about the human experience is that it's not easy. It's not easy, and we are all dealt a separate hand of cards. And honestly, depending on those cards is how you're gonna play your hand of life. And so with that, there might be some things that you've done in the past or some things that you didn't do in the past. And because of that, you're moping around, you're sad, you're depressed, you feel like your life is over, you feel like you're just floating through life. Dead that. Stop having a pity party. Stop feeling bad for yourself. My pastor said this last night at church, right before we brought in the new year. He said, the only people coming to your pity party is going to be 3 people. Me, myself, and I. They're the only 3 people invited to the pity party. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself some grace. This this is all of our first time experiencing life. I don't think that I've been here before. Honestly, I don't think that I've done. I know some people believe in reincarnation. I don't think I've been here before. This is my first time. This is Melissa's first time here on earth, and I'm not gonna do everything right. I'm also only 26 years old, and so there's still a lot of things that I have to learn. There's a lot of things I have to learn about life, forgiveness, just accountability. We need to just remind ourselves that it's okay. It's okay to take breaks. It's okay that you're just now going to school and you're in your 30s or your 40s or even your late 20s. I think it's okay that, yes, you had a child. Yes, you had a child when you were 21 and you didn't have it together, and now you're deciding at 25 that you're getting it together, but you're still mad at yourself, your 21-year-old self. If I could tell you guys, I made one of the biggest mistakes in my life in my early 20s, between the ages 19 through 20. I want to say 19 through 23. I'm 26. That was only 3 years ago. I am still learning, and for a while I used to really beat myself up, and honestly some days I still do beat myself up. I beat myself up about all of the things that I didn't do, all of the things that I should have did, you know, the places I should have traveled, what I should have did with that pandemic money. Oh, I should have never traded that car in. Oh, I shouldn't have dated that guy. Oh, I should have went to school for this instead of this. I should have went to community college first. All these random things that you're thinking about, let it go. Let it go. In 2025, we're not looking in the past. Yes, we can use everything that happened in the past to help us, and we learn from it and we move forward. But we don't let what happened in the past dictate our future. It's already done. The past is already written. And that is where depression comes from. Depression, when people have depression, it comes from you looking in the past and not living in the present. I heard a saying where looking in the past makes you depressed, looking too far in the future gives you anxiety. But being in the present is a present. It's a gift. That's why it's called the present. So in this new year, be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, give yourself some grace. So these are my 6 changes that I'm going to be implementing in 2025. Again, I hope that you guys, even if you don't implement all 6 of the changes, try implementing at least 2 or 3 of these in the new year, in 2025, to help guide you in your life and to help motivate you so that you can become a better version of yourself. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the video in the comments down below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.